Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And wasn't it amazing? And what a difference a day makes. Yesterday, very nasty air around the area. But yesterday afternoon when those winds came up, it really cleared us out last night and into this morning. But we are seeing some more smoke just beginning to roll in this afternoon as we take a look down at the beautiful town and our friends up in Leavenworth from our Tumwater camera Sky-Fi Tower Cam. And you can see that haze and smoke lingering in the mountaintops up in Leavenworth, and we are seeing it down in the valley here as well. But as far as air quality goes, we should be in pretty good shape as we move into the upcoming weekend. Today our reading's about 106. And that's about where we expect to stay on Saturday and for most of Sunday. Some more smoke will roll again late again on Sunday. But looks like the temperatures will be cool and the air will be decent as we move into the upcoming weekend. And we'll have your complete weather forecast for the weekend and beyond coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A shooting in Quincy yesterday has left one man dead in the parking lot of a local auto parts store. The Grant County Sheriff's Office reports the arrest of a man wanted as a suspect in a recent murder in Ephrata, and an injured climber was airlifted out of the Chelan County backcountry Thursday after he was injured in a fall from Mount Stewart. But first, we begin tonight. Gusty winds pushed the Cougar Creek fire in an easterly direction overnight as a cold front passed through the area. The change in weather brings cooler temperatures and higher humidity, but the windy conditions serve to test containment lines on the east flank of the fire toward the Eniat Valley. Cougar Creek Fire Commander Noel Henderson sounded encouraged in his morning briefing today.
I think we're finally, and I emphasize finally, on the back end of that cold front passage. The winds today should be lessening, which is really significant for the firefighters. Still coming from a westerly component, which is good because we're primarily dealing with fire on the west side of this fire, so those winds will push the fire back into itself. But the winds will be down significantly in speed as we go through the day and into the night. Also, the temperatures are going to be down and the relative humidities are up. So weather-wise, we're kind of taking a breath and thinking, boy, this is a good opportunity to get some things done.
As of this afternoon, the fire was 40% contained. Due to burnout operations, the size of the fire area has increased to over 40,000 acres of forest land burned. Over 1,000 firefighters are assigned to the fire. Evacuation levels on both sides of the blaze in the Eniat and Chumstick Valley areas have not changed. Well, this is what Quincy police say. The suspect vehicle is in a shooting that left one man dead in the parking lot of a local auto parts store. Yesterday morning, officers responded to a report of an unconscious adult male near OMS Auto Supply located off Central Avenue South. Officers and medical personnel determined the victim was deceased and is believed to have been shot numerous times. The shooting is an isolated incident. Investigators believe the victim was targeted. There is no current threat to the community. The victim's body is in the possession of the Grant County Coroner's Office with an autopsy set for tomorrow. The name of the victim will be released by the Coroner's Office. Meanwhile, the Grant County Sheriff's Office reports the arrest of a man wanted as a suspect in a recent murder in Ephrata. Alfredo Silva was taken into custody yesterday. Silva is accused of first-degree robbery, first-degree assault, and first-degree unlawful possession of a firearm stemming from an August 13th robbery. A $1,000 reward had been offered for his arrest. He was traced to a home on June's Court in Ephrata and surrendered without incident. An injured climber was airlifted out of the Chelan County backcountry after he was injured in a fall from Mount Stewart. Corporal Randy Lake with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office says a winch-capable U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter was called in to transport the injured climber off the mountain. Lake said the unnamed climber sustained multiple broken bones, but there was no information readily available to explain how the injuries happened. Well, coming up next, north central Washington begins to climb out of a blanket of smoke and haze, but how are communities that depend on tourist dollars faring? We went to Chelan to find out. If you're a lover of good wine and good food, the Town Toyota Center is the place to be tomorrow night for the 8th annual Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival, and we'll let you know about other events happening around the Wenatchee Valley this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Vamonos junk haulers, big or small, they haul it all. Vamonos junk haulers are experienced at hauling junk from your household items to yard and construction debris. That old hot tub and eyesore, Vamonos will make it Vamonos. Recycling is a priority to Vamonos junk haulers. They'll haul away your old appliances and electronics. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vamonos Junk Haulers also rents trucks and trailers. Call Vamonos Junk Haulers and Moving Service today to schedule your free estimate.
Welcome back. In another news, as north central Washington begins to climb out of a blanket of smoke and haze, how are communities that depend on tourist dollars faring? We took our cameras to Chelan this week to find out. Mike Steele, the executive director of the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce, says it's too early to gauge the economic impact of the smoky skies on local businesses.
Well, we're still trying to gauge sort of what the effects are of the smoke. You know, we've lived through this before. And the one positive benefit we have this year is there's no real imminent threat of fire. You know, in years past, we've had fire as an actual threat. So as smoke fills the valley, it's also filling the rest of the state. So one of the benefits to that is people are saying, well, if we're going to be in smoke, we might as well be in smoke at the lake. And so, yes, traffic has dwindled a little bit, but I don't think the ramifications have been significant. We'll see. I mean, and we're working with our membership right now to actively gauge that. We'll have a major board discussion tomorrow night around what exactly the impacts of the smoke have been, and then go from there. We've, again, rebounded from this stuff before.
Janice Cooney is the owner of the Vogue coffee shop in downtown Chelan, and she told us the influx of firefighters has kept her busy.
We seem to, at times, be busy. Our business this past week has been driven by a large group of firefighters that are here on call from Australia. And that's been good, and they've patronized us. And it's a large group, and so we've enjoyed very much having them.
Steele agreed that businesses not tied to outdoor recreation seem to be faring well.
Anecdotally, I think they are faring better because people are, because of the smoke, they're pushing themselves inside. So they're shopping, they're retailing, they're restauranting. We'll see, again, what kind of impact the smoke has from folks visiting out of the area, if they're canceling their trips or if the vacancy rates have changed. We're not finding that. We call twice a week, all of our lodging partners, and we're still seeing fairly significant numbers in those lodging contacts. So we're not seeing a lot of cancellations due to the smoke. And again, since Seattle is covered in it, they're thinking it's not a bad place to be.
We will have more on how the smoke is affecting businesses around Lake Chelan on Monday's NCWLIFE Evening News. Well, if you're a lover of good wine and good food, the Town Toyota Center is the place to be tomorrow night for the 8th annual Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival. Festival coordinator Lynn Kelly gave us a preview on a recent visit to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
So we had 250 VIP tickets available this year, and they're all sold out. So they're done, and those people get to join us starting at 5 o'clock, so they have a special experience just for the first hour. And then general admission starts at 6 o'clock, and you'll come in the front door, you'll get your glass, you'll get your plate, and then you can go on in, and we've got some people out in the concourse, and then most of our people are in on the main floor at the Town Toyota Center. So 31 wineries participating, and everything from fruit wine to more traditional wines.
Ciders?
Pretty much ciders. We've got 6 different cider places. Steelhead, Pear Up, Archibald cider, a new cider out of Chelan. So there's there's a little bit of everything.
And the food?
And the food. The food.
The festivities begin at 6 o'clock Saturday night, and tickets can be purchased at the door or by visiting WenatcheeWineAndFood.com. Time now for NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the events going on this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The NCW District Fair is happening all the way through Sunday at the Waterville Fairgrounds. There will be chainsaw carving demonstrations, live music, a rodeo and horse racing, carnival rides, animals, and more. There will be a pipe organ concert at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center this Saturday from 2 to 4. Join organist Sharon Stearns for an entertaining afternoon of music on the museum's Liberty Theater pipe organ. With sing-alongs and a silent film, this is an event the whole family will enjoy. Woodstock Anniversary Concert Fundraiser is this Saturday at Watson's Alpenhorn Cafe in Chelan from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Enjoy live music, food, a silent auction, and wine at this annual family-friendly event. Donations raised will go to the nonprofit organization Chelan Valley Hope. Tickets are $18 and kids under 12 are free. And finally, Saturday night is the Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival from 6 to 9 at the Town Toyota Center. This is a judge wine competition in which the winners of the competition are recognized during the evening of the festival. The competition typically draws more than 200 entries from North Central Washington wineries. This event benefits the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. For more information on this weekend's events, visit the calendar at ncwlife.com.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Dan Kuntz in for Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come right here on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
Sir, I pulled you over today to ask you one thing. Is it true that Apple Valley Honda has a free lifetime warranty on every new Honda?
Officer, I'm glad you asked. Our lifetime warranty comes free on all of our new Hondas. That means you won't have to pay a dime for any major expenses. That could save you thousands. And no, you do not have to service with us. It's a great peace of mind, officer.
Wow, my wife and I have wanted the new Accord. We'll see you this weekend.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi everybody, Dan Kuntz filling in for Eric Granstrom, who is in Minnesota for the big Vikings-Seahawks preseason game. We'll check in with Eric in just a couple minutes, but let's talk football. The Wenatchee Valley Rams, of course, are the champions of the Western Washington Football Alliance. Now it's off to Salt Lake City, hopefully on September 14th. But to get to Salt Lake City, they need to raise some money. And earlier this week, Eric Granstrom talked to Coach Mickey White.
We're kind of a mom and pop's team. My wife and myself own the team along with another guy out of Pullman. And it's very difficult to raise enough money to get to these. We took the game, they offered it to us. It's a national qualifier game. What they're trying to do is have the best teams across the nation play each other and have a true national champion. So we'll go down and play Utah, try to raise enough money to get down there. Our fans and our community have been great in years past. They raised a lot of money for us, helped us raise a lot of money to get down to Denver in 2015. And we go down there and win this game. We'll go on again at the end of September, and it could be in 1 of 4 sites. We'll play the winner of Southern Cal Patriots and Denver Greyhawks. Denver Greyhawks. So it could be hosted in Denver, California, or up here in Washington. We're going to do everything we can to get it up here.
And so the Ram family, the players, and the various members of the organization are going to be doing some fundraising over the next 3 weeks so they can get themselves to Salt Lake City.
Last time we did a GoFundMe on our Rams public page, which we're doing again. We also came up with flyers to hand out to businesses where they can sponsor X amount of dollars, just a player or pitch in on the team. We're doing a Hawaiian sale, barbecue sale. So September 2nd, we're going to have a Hawaiian barbecue feed, and we're going to sell $15 meal tickets. And they can either come pick it up where we're grilling at, or a Ram player will bring it to you and drop it off.
So give the Rams a hand, go to their Facebook page, and everything that you need to know about helping get them to Salt Lake City will be on their Facebook page. Well, as I mentioned before, Eric is in Minneapolis tonight to do the Seahawks radio broadcast, and he checked in. Give us a little preview.
Hello from the Twin Cities here in Minneapolis, where the Seahawks take on the Minnesota Vikings tonight in Game 3 of the preseason. And if there's a preseason game to pay attention to, tonight is the night, because this is when we find out what kind of team the Seahawks may have, because the starters will go through the first half and at least one series into the second half. One thing they want to improve upon offensively is scoring in the red zone. Lots of problems with that and mistakes made last week in the loss to the Chargers. And Brian Schottenheimer wants to clean that up this week. Also watch the battle at right tackle on the offensive line between George Fant, Jermaine Ifedi, and Isaiah Battle. That is quite a battle. They'll be rotating in there on the right tackle position. Watch also what type of protection they're able to provide for Russell Wilson, and what type of run blocking they're able to provide for Chris Carson and the rest of the running backs. Defensively, they're still trying to look for an identity. The Legion of Boom is gone. All the old names are gone. And Bobby Wagner says there's a lot of communicating that they need to improve upon as they get ready for Game 3 here of the preseason. What else can we look for tonight? Well, Minnesota, one of the best teams in the NFC last year, one of the best teams in the NFL, got that close to getting to the Super Bowl. They signed a new quarterback in the offseason, so we're going to see Kirk Cousins, former Washington Redskin, now a Viking. By the way, Minnesota comes in at 1-1. The Seahawks 0-2 so far in the preseason. Also, some injuries going to give other people opportunities. J.D. McKissick is out 4 to 6 weeks with a foot injury. That's going to give David Moore not only the chance at wide receiver, but also returning kicks. So watch for that one tonight. Bradley McDougall won't play tonight, so Maurice Alexander is going to get a lot of time at safety. Also, Brandon Maxwell out, so a lot of Dante Johnson. So those are some of the things to look for tonight with a 5 o'clock kickoff here at the U.S. Bank Stadium. They say it's built like a Viking ship. As I drove into town tonight, looks more like Noah's Ark, but nonetheless, that's where the game will be played. It's the Vikings and the Seahawks, 5 o'clock on Fox Q13 in Seattle and Channel 28 in Spokane. Here in Minneapolis, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel.
Thank you very much, Eric. Eric will have a recap of tonight's preseason game on Monday's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's wrap up sports with the Mariners. They're in Arizona. They have a weekend interleague series taking on the Diamondbacks. Mariners have not been playing very good baseball. They've dropped 6 of their last 9 games. They have a losing record. For the month of August, they're 9-12. Esmaro Ramirez will pitch for the Mariners. The D-backs will go with Zach Godley. First pitch is at 6:40. Everybody have yourself a great weekend in the Sports Basement. I'm Dan Kuntz. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Well, in tonight's features story, former Washington Secretary of State Ralph Monroe visits the Quinault Valley, also known as the Valley of the Giants, because it's home to several of the world's largest trees. It's one of his favorite places.
Here we are on Lake Quinault on the western part of the Olympic Peninsula in the Quinault River Valley. In this valley, the Quinault River Valley, our state's largest trees and some of the largest trees in America live. the largest Sitka spruce, the largest coastal Douglas fir, the largest Alaska cedar, the largest western hemlock, and the largest mountain hemlock. It's an incredible opportunity for us here in Washington State and for visitors to our state. We are so blessed to have these mementos of our past history. This tree is 1,000 years old. 1,000 years old. Just think when Michelangelo was painting the Sistine Chapel or Christopher Columbus was looking for money to sail west in the Atlantic, this tree was already 400 years old. For Washington State residents and visitors around the world, this is an incredible location, and it's also one of my favorite places.
Support for My Favorite Places is provided by the Washington Hospitality Association and by Weatherly Inn, senior living, where it's home and your family.
We'll be back with the recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game was pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Lakeshland Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Schland Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Gusty winds pushed the Cougar Creek fire in an easterly direction overnight as a cold front passed through the area. The change in weather brings cooler temperatures and higher humidities, but the windy conditions served to test containment lines on the east flank of the fire toward the Eniat Valley. Cougar Creek Fire Commander Noel Henderson sounded encouraged in his morning briefing today. As of this afternoon, the fire was 40% contained. Due to burnout operations, the size of the fire area has increased to over 40,000 acres of forest land burned. Over 1,000 firefighters are assigned to the fire. Evacuation levels on both sides of the blaze in the Eniat and Chumstick Valley areas have not changed. Well, this is what Quincy police say is the suspect vehicle in a shooting that left one man dead in the parking lot of a local auto parts store. Yesterday morning, officers responded to a report of an unconscious adult male near QMS Auto Supply located off Central Avenue South. Officers and medical personnel determined the victim was deceased and is believed to have been shot numerous times. The shooting is an isolated incident and investigators believe the victim was targeted. There is no current threat to the community. The victim's body is in the possession of the Grant County Coroner's Office with an autopsy set for tomorrow. The name of the victim will be released by the Coroner's Office. Well, the Grant County Sheriff's Office reports the arrest of a man wanted as a suspect in a recent murder in Ephrata. Alfreda Silva was taken into custody yesterday. Silva is accused of first-degree robbery, first-degree assault, and first-degree unlawful possession of a firearm, which stems from an August 13th robbery. A $1,000 reward had been offered for his arrest. He was traced to a home on June's Court in Ephrata and surrendered without incident. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's take a peek outside our weather window where we did see much improved air quality yesterday afternoon, overnight, and for most of the morning. It's kind of downgraded throughout our early and mid-afternoon today. This is looking from our Tumwater Canyon Sky-Fi Tower Cam, looking down at Leavenworth, and you can see the haze and smoke, especially along the mountaintops. At least it's not socked into the valleys. Our latest air index number for the Wenatchee Valley was at 106, which means unhealthy for sensitive groups. So boy, that's a big improvement from unhealthy to very unhealthy and even the hazardous air that we've seen over the past week or two. And as we take a look at what's going to happen as we move into our upcoming weekend for Saturday, we do have a smoke map to show you now. It's only a 2-day map, but this is what we can expect tomorrow at 4 p.m. Most of the darker colors are the heavy smoke, and that's going to stay up in the Okanagan Valley around Omak, Okanagan, Twisp, and Winthrop. We'll see a lot of smoke, just some haze for us on Sunday. That area gets a little bit bigger to our southwest, and we will see a little bit more smoke on Sunday as well. And as we move even farther on into Monday, let's take a look at the winds now. And the winds on Monday will be from the west-northwest, which means we will see some smoke infiltrating into the Wenatchee Valley. I really don't expect unhealthy or very unhealthy air, but we will see a little bit more haze and smoke than we'll experience over the weekend. On Tuesday, just a strong northwest flow, which will also bring us some more smoke. But then by Wednesday, a weak storm system begins to move in. That will shift our winds to the west and southwest, and I think that will scour out any smoke that we get next week. So Wednesday of next week and beyond, as far as air quality goes, looks very, very good. And as we take a look at our Quick Lube and Tune forecast, temperatures will be a lot cooler too. High today around 78. I think we'll get there a little bit later on. On Saturday to kick off our weekend, 77 the high. It will be windy tomorrow. Keep that in mind. 10 to 15 miles an hour. That'll be out of the west and northwest. Some overnight lows that are pretty darn cool too in the mid-50s. 78 and some haze on Sunday. And then we'll get back to the smoke on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Highs will warm up into the lower and mid-80s. Then I think just a little bit of light haze by Thursday. High temperature then at 82. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.